Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing well and may have revised the previously learned topics. So now, our today's topic is habitat. Our planet is an extraordinary mosaic of land, sea, and life forms. Different organisms live in different places, but many of them live in the same place. Living organisms have different needs. They usually stay in the places where most of their needs are met, that is, they get sufficient food, shelter, and other conditions necessary for life. All organisms depend on their surrounding for their needs like food, water, air, and shelter. The surrounding which meets the needs of a particular organism in the best manner is the habitat of that organism. For example, pond is the habitat of royalu or the freshwater prawn. Fish lives in ponds, so it is a habitat for fish as well. Usually below the lotus leaf the snail's eggs are found. Within leafy bushes at the side of the pond eggs of a fish are found. Alpine or montane habitats occur in highlands and mountain ranges around the world. A crow makes its nest on the tree. So tree is a habitat for the crow. We often find some insects on the skin of buffalo. So, buffalo skin is the habitat for that insect. It is difficult to study the needs of each organism separately, so usually we study them collectively according to the habitat. We find animals living on trees, in our houses, in different areas in the ponds, in a small pool of water after rains, and several other places. As the area increases, the type and number of organisms living there usually increase. You would find more types of organisms living in your house than your hair, and more in the pond than your house, more in the lake than your pond, and so on. These larger areas are suitable for supporting the life of more organisms. In the pond, different organisms live in different regions. This is due to some conditions like availability of different amounts of food, air, light, etc. We find organisms like dragonfly, mayfly, and kingfisher living above the surface, that is, hovering above the pond and then resting over a bamboo pole or a stick jutting out of the surface of the pond. They get food from the surface of the pond. Organisms like snail, whirling beetle, and pond skater live on the surface. The larvae of mayfly and dragonfly also live on the surface of the pond. Plants like pistia float on the surface completely, while those like the lotus have roots going deep under. On the surface, organisms are easily eaten up by others because there is little protection for them. However, there is plenty of food and air, and this is why fish usually come to the surface to feed. Great water boatman, leech, and mosquito larvae are found in midwater. Fish and crabs also swim around this region. Pond margins have several grasses, frogs, cranes, crabs, etc. Fish usually lay eggs here. The bottom of the pond has plants like hydrilla and animals like mussels, flatworms, and some maggots, larvae of some insects like fly. Light is minimum here, but food, in the form of dead and decaying matter, is in plenty. The leaves of a plant growing at the bottom, hydrilla, and that floating on the surface, lotus. In all ponds we can see both plants and animals. The plants that we see in water are called aquatic plants. Animals are called aquatic animals. This type of habitat is said to be an aquatic habitat. There are several aquatic habitats on Earth, from very small ones like water tanks, ponds, different places in the water tank or pond, small garden pools, pools that form after rain, to large ones like saltwater lakes, rivers, seas, etc. Coral reefs are among the world's most diverse habitats. Coral reefs are made up of millions of tiny coral polyps. Where water meets land, a diverse array of animals and wildlife gather to feed, reproduce, and seek out shelter. Aquatic habitats come in many forms: lakes, rivers, wetlands, marshes, lagoons, streams, rivers, and swamps. Seas and oceans stretch from pole to pole and reach around the globe. They cover more than 70% of the Earth's surface and hold in excess of 300 million cubic miles of water. Where freshwater mixes with salt water, you'll find mangroves, salt marshes, and mud flats. Birds, monkeys, squirrels, snakes, ants, spiders, caterpillars, moths, bees, wasps, small plants, mosses, mosquito, are some organisms that you may find on a tree. There are different types of trees in our surroundings. Tree is a place where different types of animals live. Birds, squirrels, ants, spiders, etc. Some very small plants also grow on the barks of trees, certain areas of the barks having green velvety growth, especially in the rainy season. Trees are thus habitat for different organisms. Birds and squirrels come and go from a tree, yet the tree is a habitat for them. We live in houses that protect us from heat and cold, rain, etc., and are a shelter for us. We keep some animals and birds as pets in our houses. We also grow some plants which give us fruits and vegetables. Several animals like dogs, cats, goats, cows, birds, like hens, ducks, pigeons, spiders, ants, cockroaches live with us. Plants like the money plant and some crotons are also kept inside our houses. Animals are partners of our habitat. They also have a right to live. We people are encroaching their habitat. If we cut a tree, birds that live on it lose their nests and fall in danger. We often see dogs, cows, monkeys suffering from lack of food and shelter. Blue Cross is one of the voluntary organizations that works for animal rights and protection. Farmers grow mango, guava, sapota, banana, citrus, batti trees in the villages. In orchards, farmers grow a single type of fruit plants. In a mango orchard, there will only be mango trees. But we find several other small plants growing on the ground and also find different types of animals there. Grasslands and savannas are habitats characterized by the predominance of grass vegetation and the absence of forests or thick tree stands. Examples of plants that grow in forests or in the house gardens or fields. Plants and animals that live in different places on the land, like those living on trees, in our houses, fields, forests, etc., are said to belong to terrestrial habitat. All habitats on land are collectively known as terrestrial habitats. The plants that grow in coastal regions differ from those of Telangana or Rayalaseema. We can see mangroves only in coastal districts. Grapes are grown in Telangana. Forests and woodlands are habitats dominated by trees. Forests extend over about 1/3 of the world's land surface and can be found in many regions around the globe. Similarly, we can see same type of plants in all places of our state. Cactus, acacia, aloe vera, kalbanda, plants do not need water like chili or jasmine plants. They are called desert plants. We can see camels frequently in the desert. Desert plants and animals are suited to dry conditions and vast temperature differences. Different characteristics in the desert make up desert habitats. Deserts and scrublands are landscapes that have scarce precipitation. We are dumping wastes in nearby ponds, lakes, rivers and grounds and destroying forests on a large scale to set up industries. Different kinds of birds come from long distances to Koleru and Pulicat lakes of A.P state. During the months of October to March, pelicans appear near those lakes. In Kurnool district, we can see a bird called Batameka pitta which flies over long distances to come here. Generally, we can see birds flying over long distances to find suitable conditions to reproduce. Animals like turtles and fish also move from place to place. Some kinds of turtles move away from coasts of West Bengal and Odisha to the coasts of Vishakhapatnam. Mountains provide habitat for a wide range of terrestrial animals including mammals, birds, reptiles, invertebrates and amphibians. Deserts and scrublands are landscapes that have scarce precipitation. Thanks for watching.